Okay, if I had to share an example of support conflict or decision making that occurred within a specific subsystem, so explain how this interaction affected the rest of the family. Okay, so I would probably use the story that my brother shared with me about how when he lost his job, and kind of how he was affected. Um, so the way that he got affected was that he had to, look for another job, and it made him become more diligent at finding a job. And then once he found one, which he did with my father, about really making him determined and really making him be a hard worker and trying to make more money for his family. And then the effect of that also was how his wife, instead of blaming him and saying, if you would have communicated better and, you know, reached out to them, we wouldn't be in this situation. Instead of fighting, they both kind of talked about what they needed to do. He talked and said he needs to go find a job. He went out, found one with my dad, and then even worked a second job to provide better. And then she also, stepped up and said, "All right, how can we both fix this problem?" So she started getting her education and did what she could do to get the fastest way to get, a better job and get better money, which would be to, be a travel nurse or be a nurse. So she did that in 2 years, and, they bounced back and then came out even stronger than it was. But for me, I think it was important because it affected their whole family, and it's showed the kids how, not to point the finger or blame one another, but to work together and work your way through your hard trials, not run away from them and not blame others. And I think it really strengthened their relationship.